7 email subject lines that really work. One of the lessons that I've learned from my copywriting mentor, Alan, years ago, he said, "Do you know, Dan, what is the purpose of an envelope?" And I said, "Well, I don't know what is the purpose of an envelope. I guess to put the stamps on it and get it to somebody in a direct mail context." And he said, "No, the purpose of an envelope is to get people to open up the letter and see the content inside." You see, after so many years, nothing has changed that much. When it comes to your subject line, what is the purpose of the subject line in your email? Yes, that's correct. It's to get your readers or subscribers to open up your email. That's it. Nothing more than that. You might say we know a thing or two about email marketing and subject lines. Over the years, we have built a massive email list with millions and millions of people. Not spam lists, but over the years that by offering something worth of value, could be a PDF, could be a downloadable, could be a webinar, that people have put up their hand and say, "Hey, I want more information." And they give us the permission to email them. Now, if you are on my email list, then you will know the frequency of the emails that we send depends on what you request for. In some cases, we might send 2 or 3 emails a week. So in some cases, we might send out a daily email. So what I'm about to share with you comes from testing and experience. Experience that we gained from sending out billions of emails. One of the most common mistakes that I see people make, copywriters, marketers, entrepreneurs make, is they try to make the sale in the subject line. They talk about the offer right in the subject line. Then it comes across as very preachy, very salesy, and people delete that email. They never get to see your message. Always remember that the subject line is not designed to make the sale. The only purpose of the subject line is to get them to open the email. The email itself is not designed to make the sale. The purpose of an email is to get them to click on the link that takes them to the offer, that takes them to the next step, that takes them to book a call with you. Whatever your call to action might be, don't try to make the sale in an email. I'm going to teach you 7 email subject lines that really work, and I'm also going to explain why they work. I'm also going to give you different examples and variations so you could apply that for your own business or for your clients. Subject line template number 1. How to survive blank. How to survive blank. The idea behind this subject line is you possibly might have a solution that could relieve the pain, the discomfort that your prospect is going through, or the possibility of going through in the future. Understand, as human beings, very often we do things to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. Just like when you're sitting on a chair, well, when do you shift? When do you move? It's when you get a little uncomfortable, right? Then you're like, no, I need to make some adjustments, like my back is not comfortable. That's exactly it. So if your subject line promises to minimize or even better, eliminate the pain or discomfort that your prospect is experiencing, chances are they will open up your emails. Let me give you some examples. How to survive the financial crisis. How to survive bankruptcy. How to survive a heart attack. How to survive menopause. How to survive divorce. You see how that works? You see how that gets people curious? There's some pain there, right? Then they'll open up your email. Now the variations of this subject line could be how to overcome, how to deal with, how to get past blank. All these are variations of this particular subject line template. Subject line template number 2, the biggest mistake blank make. The idea behind this subject line is it focuses more on the negative things that your prospect, your subscribers have to avoid in order to get the results, the outcome that they desire. Now think about this very carefully. The biggest mistakes blank make. Now what makes this subject line so powerful is you're not talking about a mistake. So if you think about the subject line, if you use a mistake blank make, is not as powerful. But if you talk about the biggest mistakes, like the most severe one, the most dangerous ones. Oh, I don't want to make any mistakes. No one likes to make a mistake. You don't like to make a mistake. I don't like to make a mistake. Forget about the biggest mistake. Now, what is the biggest mistake? Right there, you get the attention. Now they will open up your emails. So let me give you an example. The biggest mistakes husbands make. The biggest mistakes wives make. The biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make. The biggest mistake car buyers make. The biggest mistakes first home buyers make. The biggest mistakes investors make. You get the idea? Subject line template number 3. The real secret to blank. So come a little bit closer. A little bit closer. A little bit closer. Let me tell you a secret. You see, human beings, we are nosy as hell. We want to know, like, well, what is the secret? And very often, when we're not getting a certain result, we want to know there must be something that we don't know, something, some little known facts, some resources, something that we don't know, that if we know that thing, that we will get the results that we want. Now, although in marketing, the word secrets are kind of a little bit overly used, right? A lot of people use, oh, it's this secret, it's that secret. It's like you can see it in marketing on Facebook and on YouTube all the time, like, oh, I've got the secrets to getting whatever result, to lose weight, make money, whatever it might be, right? But this subject line plays on that. So you're saying that, yeah, there are a lot of different secrets and a dime a dozen, but the real secret to blank, that is way more powerful, way more powerful. Let me give you some examples. The real secret to crowdfunding, the real secret to wedding planning, the real secret to teeth whitening, the real secret to fat burning. It's almost a positive version of the biggest mistakes blank make. It's just a different spin, the real secret. So let's continue with the real secret to writing subject line that converts. Subject line template number 4, the fastest way to blank. If given a choice, if you could choose, do you want something fast or you want something slow? Comment below, right? We live in a world of instant gratification. We want something now. We don't want to wait. We are now conditioned to be impatient. So when you make a promise of something like the fastest way to blank, okay, people pay attention because this is a promise that this would get me to the outcome that I want faster. The fastest way to start your own business, the fastest way to make your first $1,000 online, the fastest way to lose 5 pounds, the fastest way to cut your insurance costs by 10%. You see, instant results. So what makes this subject line effective is you're making a very specific promise. Now, here's how you could screw that up. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to make outrageous claims that the prospects don't believe that is achievable. So in order to make this subject line work is you have to make a promise that is believable and credible as well. Don't be making crazy promises because then you lose credibility, then your prospects, your readers won't open up your emails. Let me give you an example. Don't say the fastest way to make $1 million overnight. That's just like hype. They're like, this is BS, right? Then they won't open up your email. So what you want to do is actually under promise in your subject line. Although your offer, your product, your service could do this much, but in your subject line, you actually promise this much, right? Let's say your program, you're selling weight loss. You could actually help people lose 10 pounds or 15, 20 pounds in 30, 60 days, whatever the promise might be. Say 5 pounds, say 3 pounds, right? Under promise. And as your prospects and readers reading that email, automatically they're thinking, you know what, I think I can do better than that. I think I can lose more than 5 pounds. I can do 10 pounds. Great, because if it's their ideas, it's more believable for them. Does that make sense? Subject line template number 5. Here's a shortcut for blank. So between fast and slow, we all want fast. We want it now. Between easy and hard, we want easy. It's the same idea. So this subject line focuses on how you can provide a quick, easy solution to your readers and your subscribers. Here's a shortcut for blank. Can you see how many ways you could use this simple yet powerful subject line in all your email communication. Now, let me give you one more tip. When you use a subject line like this, here's a shortcut for blank. If your offer, the offer that you're making in the email, when they click on your page, if that offer is something that could provide instant gratification for the prospects, you will get more sales. Example, it could be a software offer. It could be something that's instant download, that they don't have to wait. Something they could get and access right now, you will get more sales because in the email, here's a shortcut for, now you're giving them an instant solution that they could purchase. Easy to say yes. Subject line template number 6, how I blank. You see, chances are when your subscribers subscribe to your email list, they value your perspectives, they value your insights, they value your experience. So when you use a subject line like this, how I blank, it tells them, oh, you're gonna share something that's personal. You're gonna share something that you have done in the past. You're gonna share something that you have experienced in the past, maybe even challenges and obstacles that you've overcome, right? It gets a little bit more personal. It's storytelling. And those are great ways to captivate your audience attention. Let me give you some examples. How I grew my YouTube channel to 100,000 subscribers. How I launched my first e-commerce business. How I found my soulmate online. How I permanently eliminate headache. When you're writing an email with this subject line, the key here is to be very vulnerable, to share the good, the bad, the ugly, because this is the moment. This is the type of email where you get personal with your readers, where you kind of pour your heart out and you share with them, hey, I know what you're going through. I've gone through the same thing. That's how you make that connection, and that's how your reader could relate to you. Subject line template number 7, about your blank. I love this one. This one generates a lot of curiosity. About your blank. So when your readers read a subject line like that, what is going through their minds are, what's wrong with my blank? Is there something wrong with my blank, right? Do you know something that I don't know, right? Do you have advice for me on blank? Very powerful. Let me give you some examples. About your diet, about your website, about your business, about your spouse, ... Can you see how effective that would be, right? It's a cliffhanger that people want to click on to know more. What about my blank? Another variation of this subject line template is, I have a question about your blank, right? I have a question about your funnel. I have a question about your channel. I have a question about your home. You see how that works? It's simple, isn't it? Curiosity is one of the most powerful ways to get people to open up your emails. All these 7 proven subject lines, plus an additional 213 subject line templates, you could simply fill in the blanks and immediately use in your email or in all your marketing. They are at www.instantscripts.com. Instantscripts.com is the ultimate shortcut software that automates the process of writing great copy for you. So click the link below and check this out today.